and honor guard, just reduce damage taken by 3%. It makes Annie really, really tanky, and it's very conducive to the playstyle that I like to employ with her. So I take Flash Ignite for maximum kill potential in lane. It's great in lane, great in team fights. You really can't go wrong with it. And let me just quickly jump into Annie's skill set and explain how she works. So I'm just going to pull up Annie, bring up her abilities right here. Okay, so Disintegrate. Disintegrate deals scaling magic damage based on the level, and it gives you mana back if it kills the target. So, 1 second. It's a pretty long-range nuke. It's pretty much her main form of harass in the laning phase, and you can really do a lot with it. And in a top lane scenario, when you're laning against mostly melee champions, like for example, here I'm going against Diana or Aatrox, I believe. And either of those champions, I'll be able to get free disintegrates off constantly. It's not very high mana cost. It doesn't really do. It does a lot of damage for the cost. Like right now, base 85 plus 70 AP. It's going to be doing around 100 base from level 1, which is really, really good for poking. And yeah, her W, just basically a cone nuke. It damages all enemies in the area, and it scales up very, very well. It has high base damage, and you can also use it to apply your passive, which your passive, Pyromania, is basically the glue that puts all of Annie's kit together. After every 4 spell cast, your next offensive ability will stun all damaged enemies for 1.75 seconds. So basically, every time you get a spell rotation off, you're starting to charge up your stun, and you know that on your next ability, you're going to stun. So you can use that in laning phase, you can zone people, you can charge up your stun, flash ult on your enemy, and just make a big play, and it's really, really good. And here, Molten Shield, this is the ability that I want to talk about a little bit. For 5 seconds, Annie is surrounded by a shield of fire, increasing her armor and magic resistance and dealing magic damage to enemies each time they use a basic attack against her. And the real critical thing to notice about this ability is how much free defensive stats it gives. At level 5, Annie's E gives her 60 armor and MR, and that's pretty much the highest defensive steroid in the game. On a champion that's generally played Glass Cannon. And this is why I like to play Annie in the way I do, because at level 18, you get that max rank Molten Shield, you get a free 60 armor and MR, and if you use the build that I am going to go into, you get so much free defensive stats, and you're a tanky, high damage dealing, unkillable beast with really good kite and kill potential. And her ultimate, Tibbers, you just drop, you summon your bear, you do a ton of AoE magic damage, and for the next 45 seconds, Tibbers can run around, hit people, deal magic damage in a circle, and just be an absolute beast. And if you get a Rylai's Crystal Scepter, all your abilities will be slowing, including the Tibbers damage aura. So you can drop Tibbers in the enemy team, initiate with that, and just have it chase them. So they won't be able to get away. They'll have to either stay, fight, kill your Tibbers, or they'll be caught in his AoE slow, and they won't really have any options for getting away. Alright, so my items, I'm going to get a Reju Bead, a few health pots, a ward, and 2 mana pots. And I'm just going to run to top lane. I'm going to level up Q first because I like to poke with it early on in laning phase. And I'm just going to straight up run there as soon as I can. I'm going with this start because they have Jarvan and Aatrox. I believe I'm laning against Aatrox in lane, so I really want to be able to not die to their ganks, which means I need to have a ward. And the most like easily affordable thing to get with a decent amount of pots and a ward is a Reju Bead or a Fairy Charm. I could have also gone for a Flask, but I believe in a lane against Aatrox, I need those extra health pots just to be able to lane against him. Because Aatrox is a really very lane bully oriented champion, and I don't want to die early because I run out of sustain. So I'm just going to walk in the lane, start chunking him up with autos and Qs. He's already pretty low. Aatrox is a champion that's very reliant on getting inside of the creep wave to get his sustain off. So if I can zone him from the creeps, prevent him from getting autos off, and just poking him with my max range auto attacks every time I get an opportunity to do so, I can actually effectively stop him from getting his health pool back up. And if you notice, I've already poked him with about 2 or 3 Qs, and I'm still close to max mana. I have now charged on my stun. If you can look right here on your ability detail, you'll start seeing a number tick up. So you can always check to see how many rotations, how many spells it'll take for you to get your stun off. And right now, Darius is camping top, and I have my stun ready. So it's very easy for us to make a play if their jungler comes, because I have that on-demand CC that I can use at my discretion. Jarvan might be coming top. That's what Darius is banking on, but he hasn't shown yet, which is a little bit weird. I'm just trying to last it a bit. Alright, I went for the CS. I don't think we're going to be making a play soon. If Jarvan comes and gank me here, then I could be in a bad spot. But I'm gonna take the risk and try to harass Aatrox under his turret to try to gain a lead in lane. Chucking him to half HP. Keep going. He's getting low. Aatrox, you gotta remember, has his passive. So even if I blow it, he might be able to come back. And he just had to Q out of lane. So I'm going to proxy the wave. He's probably going back to base because he had barely any health left. I'm just going to push this wave up and I think go back to buy for myself. Oh, he's still here. I actually 100% suspected Jarvan gank soon. Just going to flash it. Pushed my luck a little too hard. After proxying the wave, I should have just backed. I was already getting a huge CS advantage. Aatrox was getting zoned out from creep wave, and he wasn't really getting much farm. And I just saw Jarvan come from the race to top, so I kind of expected a gank there, and I should have backed off sooner, but that's okay. Just taking my lane to the fullest, trying to show how powerful Annie can be early in a lane that most people would figure her very weak in. And I'm heading back top. I picked up the Duran's ring, a few mana pots, and an extra sight ward. And that's going to allow me to ward up my lane once this sword fades and stay safe. Great job bot lane picking up first blood. I was trying to make something happen top, but I didn't quite bully Aatrox down low enough. Aatrox, if I killed him, if I ignited him before, he would just came back up with his passive. But I actually didn't think he'd allow me to get so much free harass off on him. Like, I didn't expect him to, like, it was basically one auto attack. Differed me popping his passive, or him getting away in the manner that he did, and he took a lot of free harass, which I honestly didn't see coming. Otherwise, I would have ignited him in preparation for that. I'm just freezing my lane near my turret right now, just picking up creeps. I'm not really in a rush to do anything. Aatrox right now has 22 CS, I have 28, and I'm freezing lane near me. I'm gonna have max rank or rank 3 Q soon. That's an additional damage coming out. I'm gonna ward this. Oh, Aatrox is back. And let's see. Aatrox missing for now. I'm just holding the lane here. I have my stun ready, so he knows he has to be a little bit safe. I might be dead here. That was a good gank by Jarvan. He pressured my lane really hard. He blew my flash initially, and what was I saying? He blew my flash initially, and he just came back in for another lane gank. So that's sort of the risk you take when you blow your flash and you stay in lane. If I really want to be 100% secure from these ganks, I would have warded up the lane and then warded river, and that is like really the only way to prevent a Jarvan gank, because Jarvan is probably one of the best champions at ganking through lane, just because he can instantly use his gap closer and get on top of you. And while it kind of sucks that I died, I still have 37 CS. Aatrox is still at 34. He picked up a kill off that, but I'm not like terribly behind. I can still definitely come back in the game and contribute to my team. I picked up an Amp Tome here, and I'm going to probably be working to build that into a Haunting Guise if I can stay at a decent level of farm. I'm getting pretty close to level 6. Jarvan could potentially try gank me again, but they blew their ignite, and Jarvan and Aatrox pop Ghost there too, so I don't think they're going to have the same amount of kill potential as they did before. Bullying this guy really hard, despite having died. I'm very close to level 6. He still has his passive up, you gotta remember that. But I think once I get Tibbers available, I should have an opportunity to make a play on him. Let's see. Darius is in their jungle right now, and he's trying to rotate top. Oh, Jarvan's mid right now. Oh, he could definitely make a play. I have stun already. It's all about Darius coming to lane. Oh, he's trying to steal the red. Okay. Let's see. I might just blow my ult to harass the Aatrox. It lasts for 45 seconds, so I get to have it around in lane for a very long time, and I can potentially use it to zone. Actually, no, Darius is coming. I'm ready. This could be warded. I think they know. We can win the 2v2 for sure, I think. Jarvan's here. I tried to go for the grab. Their mid lane's still there, and it's there. Just gonna poke him up a bit. I honestly would have suspected the Aatrox to try to get aggressive on me by now. But he's playing pretty passive. I guess he just respects my damage output too much. That works. It was a really good dive. As you can see, and he has massive kill potential with any form of CC in lane. My mid and support roamed up here, gave us some security. And I'm just going to go back to base with that kill under belt. Aatrox blew his passive. Let's see. I targeted the outer turret 850. We killed Aatrox around 9 minutes, so his passive is going to be down for quite a bit. I'm just going to pick up a haunting, guys, sell this pot, and get boots of speed and run back straight top. I can continue dominating my lane. While I did die once, I've been in the aggressive stance this whole lane. Like, I've just been spamming Qs, using my autos, weaving in and out, charging on my stun, and the melee Aatrox, who's actually by all accounts a very strong top laner right now. I could have taken blue. By all accounts a very strong top laner right now, and generally does very favorably against most top lane matchups, is losing to Annie. And this is just a sign of how powerful certain champions can be if you use them to their fullest. Like, Ryze and Annie are definitely top lane, mid laners that I see a lot of viability in for the top lane. Oh, he's trying to get away with Ghost. I have flash stun. Ah, shit. Cutting back, cutting back, cutting back. Stun in one rotation. Nice job. I missed my W at the end there. It charged up stun. He was slightly out of range. I could have flashed for it, but I knew he was pretty much guaranteed kill, and I just wanted to get the most with the least of our resources. So Darius and Annie won a skirmish against a Jarvan and Aatrox, and even though they killed me earlier, we still came out ahead on that. I'm just gonna proxy this wave really fast and then go back to base. I have another 1,000 gold to spend, and my next purchase is gonna be pretty important in terms of building how I like to build Annie. So max rank Q right now, it's on a less than 4-second cooldown, does around almost a 300 base damage, and it only costs 80 mana. So very, very good, very, very high base damage coming out from Annie. And I'm just gonna go back to base, sell this, and get a giant spell. And here's where people might be like, whoa, what are you doing? But here's also where I'm like, well, I am playing top lane Annie. And so I pick up a giant spell. I'm going to be rotating this into a Rylai's Crystal Scepter as soon as I can. And the reason I'm doing this build is because, like I said, Annie can be a tanky beast going into late game. If you get a high rank of Molten Shield, if you got a decent amount of health from Haunting Guys, Rylai's, and any other additional health items that you can pick up, you're just going to be like you're going to be so hard to kill, and you're going to be doing a lot of base damage, and you're going to be bringing hard CC. Like, Annie is, I think, is an amazing champion. If you build Glass Cannon, yeah, you're going to be bringing a lot of bursts. You have that one time to shine where you can just, like, make a big play and blow up the enemy team, but you can also play her in a very safe, very, like, standard tanky build that I'm trying to display in this game. If I could make to my Rylai's here, you're going to see the power. But for now, you can just think, well, I have high base damage, low cooldowns, I'm getting health, and I get free armor and MR from my E. So similar to Olaf almost, I would say. You're just building to make the most use of your kit and the free stats that you're given. And I would kind of say this is kind of similar to my old Katarina build, or not even old Katarina build. I still like to do it. So I just chunked him. I have a giant spell and a haunting guys, and he has no chance to fight against me right now. Charging my stun. Blue is passive. And I just literally dove in Aatrox with Annie. So I'm a little bit low right now. I'm just going to go back to base, send Tibbers to the turret, but turret prioritizes Tibbers, as it should. Otherwise you could just destroy turrets really, really easily. I'm going to go back to base. I only used Ignite on that. I held my flash because I knew I could get the kill without it. And let's see. I'm gonna get probably Source Shoes. Actually, no. I want to rush the Rylai's just so guys can see how strong it can be. So I'm gonna get Blasting on here. I'm working on that Rylai's. I only need about 800 more gold. And I'm heading back top right now. 3-1-1. Doing very well for my lane. About 30 CS ahead of Aatrox. And I just can walk up to him and zone him and kill him. Like, it's just very simple, very easy process. I'm heading back top right now. My ult's down for about a minute. My ignite's gonna be down for even longer, but I just got Blasting Wand, so my burst potential on my Q, W, and my R have definitely increased. So even without ignite, once I have my ult up, I should be able to force another kill, just because Aatrox has already blown his passive. I have no wards right now, which is a bit risky, but the reason I'm able to forego wards is because my team is taking pretty good map control elsewhere. Graves is pushing out top. He's creating a presence. He's being a threat. So I'm not afraid to just overextend a little bit and invest in my own ability to make plays. Even if I get 2v1, I think I could come out with a kill just because of how tanky I am right now. Let's see if I'm right. Tiber's down for 20. Man, that was pretty close. Morgana landed all her binds and she got her ult off. If Tibbers was up, I definitely could have 2v1. I should have played more passively until Tibbers came up. I was like, I could probably turn this, but I should have factored into the account the possibility of Tibbers not coming up. So that's just my bad a little bit. Playing overzealous, trying to take advantage of my lead a little too hard. I died once. I don't expect to die again. At least not in that sort of fashion. Zed's trying to roam top right now. Aatrox is out of position. He has no passive. Zed could definitely kill him if he has ult. That's a dead Aatrox. Good job. So I'm heading mid right now. Looks like our team's having some difficulty. I'm going to start charging on my stun as I walk to mid lane. And I need to get another 2 rotations off. I have flash stun available right now though. Definitely make something happen. Morgana. There it is. Run from my bear Tibbers. Alright, I'm going to charge my stun back up. I have double buffs now after killing the Jarvan. I saw an opportunity. I saw everyone clumped up. Just went for the flash play. And I got it. Aatrox is mid right now. Have my stun up. Just going to tank turret and chunk him. Help, friends! Friends, help me! Oh my god. I think my team could have followed up a little bit better on that. I got dangerously low, but they were just stuck in my red buff slow, in my stun CC for quite a while there. I'm gonna go back to base though and get a Rylai's. And now that I've finished my core of haunting guys Rylai's, I'm pretty much I'm so strong right now. I'm just gonna get one side ward. I have double buffs for another few minutes. I'm gonna run back mid and try to keep making plays. And right now with this build, I have 2.1k health. I'm only level 11, so it's still pretty early on into the game. And I'm maxing W second here just because I want to get some additional damage off. But I could definitely max E second. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that at all. The damage scales and the armor and MR boost increases. And right now when I'm getting massive amounts of health, I really want to have that armor and MR as soon as possible. I'm going to head back top right now. Go bully this Aatrox. I have double buffs, and I have my Rylai, so I can perma slow someone. My Q right now is on a little bit over 3-second cooldown, and the Rylai slow lasts for about 1.5 seconds. So I can just keep someone under that spell, and they can never run. I think Aatrox is somewhere around here. I think he was recalling. He's probably gone though. Yep. All right, I'm just gonna try to my stun, push up the lane. And I'm actually going to try to bait a 2v1. I think I can win, and I think they're going to try to make a play on me. But I don't think they respect my strength here at all. I'm just going to drop a ward here. I think Jarvan might be in this brush. Oh, they backed off. And the beauty of Rylai's on Annie, not only the health and the AP, but the slow effect, it applies on every single one of her abilities. And you might be saying, well, your E's not really a spell, like how is that applying? But if enemies attack you and you get that damage bonus back to them, it also slows, which is pretty amazing in my opinion. Got my stun charged. I'm gonna save Tibbers here. He should be dead. Focusing the Morgana. Ooh. Well, we just tried to 2v5 their team, which I don't know if it's the best idea, but we're drawing pressure so my team can get free objectives across the map. They're taking their blue right now, we're taking bot turret, and we're getting dragon. And we got 2 kills out of that, and only I died. Darius actually made a good flash play and got away, so that was definitely worth it for us. The trade-off was very good. And alright, so I have 1.6k gold right now. I think I'm going to head back top right here. What is their team? They're not really stacking much health. One combination that I really like to get is Rylai's Leandri's. I just think it's so powerful. But if their team's sort of just not stacking much health, then you don't really need to get it. So I'm just gonna Source Shoes here and a Kindle Gem. And so that Source Shoes, I have high base damage. That's what I'm relying to do most of my deeps this game. So I'm just gonna Source Shoes and work off that. And I'm gonna get a Kindle Gem just because it gives health, it gives CDR. Pretty much the 2 stats that I care the most about right now. I've got my Rylai's, I've got my double pen items. All I need now is health to scale off of my E passive, get me tankier, and allow me to stay around in team fights and get more rotations off, which are going to be doing high base damage and perma CCing my opponents. And I give cooldown reduction. Like I said, I can just spam these abilities. If I have a decent amount of CDR, if I get blue buff, then I can keep my E up at all times. My Tibbers is going to be on a low cooldown, and my Q and E already inherently ridiculously low cooldowns. Like Q is base 4 and W is like base 8 or something, which is so good. Hanging back top right now. They could be trying to make another play on me. I'm going to be a little bit passive here until my teammates can start pushing out the other lanes. Once Graves gets the lane pushed up to here, I'm just going to play really aggressive because I know I can get more resources out of them. If they try to kill me, then they're going to take from our team. So even if I play a little bit forward and take some risks, it's going to be worth it for us. I'm gonna steal his golem. Shit, I missed. Focusing the Aatrox. Perma CC'd, baby. Keep hitting me, please. There it is. So I had my shield up during the whole time Kaylin was chasing me. I flashed for the stun, and I knew she'd try to hit me to kite back. And while she was hitting me, she was proccing my Molten Shield, which allowed me to just follow her up and get further CC on her. And my Tibbers is still alive. This guy's 100% dead. I don't have much mana. I'm just gonna let Tibbers kill it. And we can take this mid turret and probably force an inhib off this. So getting max rank E, rank 3 right now, gives 40 armor and MR. I think we can take this turret. Jarvan just uses Q, so he has no knockup potential. I'm going to back up here because I'm pretty low on resources, but I'm just going to go back to base and happily buy with the items that I have right now. Zed missed his shadow. Happens to all of us, no problem. So I'm just going to upgrade to Leandri's here. Had the extra gold for it, no problem. I'm gonna do that. And let's see. You have a lot of physical damage. Jarvan, Caitlyn, and Aatrox. But I get pretty tanky just off of stacking health. But that doesn't mean I can't go for an armor item. Frozen Heart honestly wouldn't be bad this game. But I wanna keep in line with my health stacking philosophy. So I'm gonna sell Reju Bead and get a giant spell. I have right now 3,000 health. In a few minutes I'm gonna have a bonus 60 armor and MR. Right now I'm proccing it. I'm getting 120 armor and 86 MR, which I'm about as tanky as a Jarvan who went for full defensive items, full tank and jungle defensive items, which is pretty ridiculous in my opinion. And I'm doing a ton of damage. People are getting perma CC'd. They can't run away from me, and I'm just doing a lot in these team fights to carry the game. I'm gonna take this blue buff real fast. I got my Leandri's, so even if I only get a spell off on people or one proc of Tibbers AoE burn, it's still gonna be doing a ton of damage. We can definitely do Baron here. I'm gonna go zone. I have my stun ready. Took the kill. No problem. I'm just gonna run through her traps, try to get to her. They might try to kill me here, but I have blue buff. Help! I almost got the 3v1 play. Aatrox still had his passive, which is kind of unfortunate. And I should have been focusing Jarvan. I didn't realize Aatrox still had his passive up, otherwise I would have killed him and then killed the Aatrox. But I used so many resources in killing the Aatrox, who just came back alive afterward, that it kind of burned out my spell rotations and my mana pool. I had a W up at the end, which would have double killed them, but I was too to use it, and I couldn't make a play after that. This is my bad. Playing a little over aggressive. I'm really strong. I know the limits of my power, but I expected to be able to come out of that fight alive and strong. Graves taking top turret right now. Good work, friend. Flash the Jarvan. I like it. Alright, so hang back mid. As my next pickup, I'd probably go Randuin's just because they have so much physical damage and so many champions rely on auto-attacking. Even Diana, who is dealing mostly magic, is also reliant on attack speed because she went for the Nashor's Tooth build and her passive deals a lot of damage in team fights if she can proc it. So getting a Randuin's would deny them of so many sources of DPS, and it's another health item, so it goes very in line with the mentality that I like to employ when I play any. So I'm just heading mid. Almost max rank Molten Shield. 50 armor and MR. All my abilities doing a ton of base damage, slowing everyone, and as you saw when they were trying to 3-1 me, I was pretty dang unkillable. Clear the wave. We might be able to make a Nexus play here. I'm just gonna start hitting it. I'm gonna tank it. I'm the tank. In any normal game, Annie would be the first one to get out of the way of that Kaelin ult, but here I'm dying to tank it for my team because that's just how I've built and how I've prepped to play this game out. Have my ult up. They're not really clumping. Don't really stick it up here. Oh my god, he pulled them out of my ult. GG. Help! Help! Friends! Darius eat them out of my ultimate. Oh my god. Whatever, it's fine. There's the game. So 11, 5, and 8 on top lane Annie with my patented tanky health-oriented build to take advantage of her very unique skill set. Very solid game overall. I pressured the Aatrox in a lane that most of you would probably consider not very favorable, but Annie, a champion with high range, high base damage, and pretty low mana costs, can actually bully a lot of conventional top laners, which is why I think Annie's such a good pick for top lane.